Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind, and welcome to Khan Global Studies. I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good evening, Sujit Vishkarma. Good evening, everyone. So, I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good evening. Yes. So, good evening and welcome to the session of Daily Current Affairs. So, in today's session, the topics which we are going to discuss, let's have a look at first the topics which are there. First, we will try to see them. The first topic which we are going to discuss, it is related to digital currency on BRICS agenda. That's a very important news, a very interesting news which is coming up. We have discussed about it in some of the previous classes also, and this is quite interesting development now. So we are going to discuss about this. Second topic which we can see is about the Mamallan Reservoir. So this is a place in news also, plus at the same time there is a historical context of it also. There is a location called as Mamallapuram. So this Mamallapuram region in Tamil Nadu is historically quite famous. So we are going to talk about this place also, a ruler who is associated with this Mamallapuram, that also. Okay. Then the third part is India and UAE relation. We will try to see the glimpses of this relation, that what is the relation between two countries, what are the new arrangements or new agreements which are there. We will try to see that. Then we will talk about a new thing called as graviton. Graviton, it is a new particle, a hypothetical particle, not an actual particle. Right now it is just there in the theory. So we will try to see this part. And then we will also discuss a very important article with respect to prelims of this year. So before we go into that, let us solve some questions. So to see, this is the first question for you. Kaziranga National Park. It is located in the south of Brahmaputra River. It is a national park as well as a tiger reserve. It is the sole habitat of great one-horned rhinoceros. Consider the following statement about Kaziranga National Park. It is located in the south of Brahmaputra River. It is a national park as well as tiger reserve. It is the sole habitat of great one-horned rhinoceros. C option. I am Afshana Khan. Nikho Afshana, we are having this one session in Hindi also. We are having this one session in Hindi also. So there we discuss each and everything in Hindi itself. B option. Now, if we look at this, B option is 2 and 3. So I think most of the people have gone for option number B. Just look at this. It is located in the south of Brahmaputra River. This is correct. Basically, the Brahmaputra River is lying to the north of, the Brahmaputra River is in the northern part of this Kaziranga. So Kaziranga will be on the southern part of this river. So here we see that the first one is correct. It is national park as well as tiger reserve. That is also correct. Third is saying it is the sole habitat. Sole habitat means the only habitat of it. It says that it is the sole habitat of this one-horned rhinoceros. Now, if you look at this, it is not the sole habitat. Of course, it is having more than 90% of the rhinoceros, but it is not the sole habitat of great one-horned rhinoceros. So here, if you look at this, the correct answer here will be option number C, that is 1 and 2. Okay. Akavya, I got your concern. I will give this message to the team so that they will arrange it. Okay. Now, so here the answer is C option 1 and 2. Which of the following statement is are correct with respect to NAT grid? First is saying it shares intelligence data of all Indian citizens with enforcement agencies. It operates under the Ministry of Home Affairs. So this is quite an easy question. So here we have this second question. It shares intelligence data of all Indian citizens with enforcement agencies. Second is saying that it operates under the Ministry of Home Affairs. So what should be the correct answer? What should be the correct answer for this question? B option, B option, C option. Now, if we look at this, it shares intelligence data of all Indian citizens with enforcement agencies. How it can be correct? How any agency can share the data of all the citizens with enforcement agencies? Only those people who are either accused in some crime or convicted in some crime, their data can be shared with other people, but it cannot be for all the citizens. The first option is incorrect here. Second is correct, that it operates under this Ministry of Home Affairs. The correct answer here is option number B. Okay. Sweden, Finland, Israel and Japan. How many of the above are members of NATO? When we are talking about NATO, how many of them are members of NATO? Sweden, Finland, Israel and Japan. So here again we have question number 3. Sweden, Finland, Israel and Japan. How many of them are members of NATO? North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Third question. So what should be the answer? Sweden, Finland, Israel and Japan. How many of them are members of NATO? B option, B option, B option. So this is correct also. Israel and Japan are not part of it. Sweden and Finland are there. Sweden and Finland are there. Japan is not a part of it. Israel is not a part of it. The answer will be option number B. Now one more question. Consider the following with respect to Matsya 6000. It is a nuclear propelled manned submersible capable of transporting 3 individuals to the depth of up to 6,000 meters. It has been developed by National Institute of Ocean Technology. Sweden and Finland, they are also the latest members. They are also the latest members of this NATO. So here we have this one question. Good evening, Ranjit. So here we have this one question. Consider the following with respect to Matsya 6000. The first part is it is a nuclear propelled manned submersible capable of transporting 3 individuals to the depth of up to 6,000 meters. It has been developed by National Institute of Ocean Technology. A option, D option, B option, A option, C option. So this is a democratic question having all the answers. First, this one is correct. It has been developed by National Institute of Ocean Technology. That is correct. First one is incorrect. It is not a nuclear propelled. It is not a nuclear propelled. Okay. You know, if it would be nuclear propelled, there will be so many other challenges. There will be so many other challenges. We are having a human missions. We are having a human mission, and that too in a nuclear submarine. That is going to be another challenge. So it is not nuclear propelled mission. So here the answer is option number B, that is 2 only. So this is one part. Now see here, we have this one very interesting article. Okay. You may be aware, like when we talk about 2026, you are aware about this, that India became the chair. India became chair of BRICS. India has become the chair of BRICS. So this is the first part. What we see, India has become the chair of BRICS. Means we are having the presidency of BRICS in the present year of 2026. The BRICS meetings are going to be held here in case of India in 2026. So there will be visit of Chinese president, the Russian presidents or the head of a state from parts of like we will have members from even South Africa, Brazil, Indonesia, and many other nations. So this is the time India has become the chair of BRICS. Now, in this context, there is one thing, RBI, the Reserve Bank of India. Okay. The Reserve Bank of India, it has given a recommendation. This one has given a recommendation. It has given a recommendation to whom? To central government. It has given this recommendation to central government. And what is that recommendation? What recommendation is there? What has been said by the RBI to this central government? It has said that you should have, like, India should proposal of linking of digital currencies of BRICS nation. So there is a very interesting proposal. Which has come from RBI. RBI has given this recommendation to the central government that while you are having the chairmanship of BRICS, you should have a proposal that we can link our digital currencies. We can have linking of our digital currencies. Why? Like, why this RBI has given this recommendation? Why this recommendation? Why this recommendation has been given? It says that it will enable, this is something which will enable ease of payment, ease of cross-border payment, among BRICS nation. Now see here, for a very long period of time, the BRICS nations have been exploring other options. You may be aware about this. Russia is a key member of BRICS, and Russia has been banned from using a payment system called as SWIFT. There is an international payment like transaction system, a communication system, which is called as SWIFT. So now there is a ban on Russia. There is a ban on Russia for using this SWIFT. At the same time, there might be a similar type of sanctions on China or maybe other countries in future. And at the same time, there is an aim to reduce the dependence on dollar. And in that context, this is a very significant proposal. Now, it is in earlier stage. Even RBI has given no such comment on it. There is no such comment from any of the member nations as of now. There is no such huge discussion on this now. But in this year, in 2026, there might be some more and more like deliberations with respect to evolution of a single currency for the BRICS nation or development of a system for transaction between the BRICS nation. So can you tell me who will be angry with this? Who will not be happy with this proposal? When we are talking about this proposal, who is not going to be so much happy about it? Who is not going to be happy about this proposal? So who will be like offended if they just see this one thing? Who will get offended more? Who will think that again they are going to face the challenge? What is ragement? Ragement means? I cannot understand your question. Can you reframe it once again? So of course US is not going to be very much happy about it. So what we see that right now we are having this one thing. Right now we are using like this payment system of dollar. We are using dollar for transaction between different nations, and from time to time there has been a proposal that BRICS should have its own currency, or BRICS need to develop some system of payment among its members. So this linking of digital currency may be one of those options which can help us. Yeah. So this is the first part. Now here, while we are discussing about this, there is also one thing. Can you tell me how many members are there in the BRICS as of now? 10 or 11? How many members are there? How many members are there in this BRICS as of now? 10 members or 11 members? Which is the last country to join it? If we talk about this, if you look at this, Indonesia is the last country to join it. Officially, we look at this, we have got 10 nations. We have got 10 nations: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Indonesia, and UAE. So these are basically 10 members which are formally part of this BRICS. That is Saudi Arabia, which is still waiting, which is still watching the situations which are developing. And in the current context, this is very crucial part. This in the current context, when we see that US is imposing tariff in a wholesale rate. US has been imposing tariff in a wholesale rate. So in that situation, whether whether Saudi Arabia will actually agree or not, that remains a question. Okay. So we will wait for this officially, that officially Saudi Arabia joins it or not. Okay. So let's wait and watch. See, Saudi Arabia is something. Nice. Saudi Arabia is still not a member. Saudi Arabia has like become part of it, but it has not given the formal approval. If it has been done in last 1 or 2 days, I have not seen the news. So I will check it out once again. But as of now, we have these nations. Okay. So this is one part. In some of the portions, you will find that even Saudi Arabia is included. Like in some of the portion, it is written that Saudi Arabia is there. Okay. So here we see that while Saudi Arabia, in some document it says that it is part of it. In some document it says that it is part of it, and in some document it says that still Saudi Arabia has to confirm. So that is the problem with Saudi Arabia's membership. Now, coming to the next part. The next part is this Mamallan Reservoir. The next part is this Mamallan Reservoir. So now this is one thing. The Tamil Nadu CM, they have inaugurated, they have this laid the foundation for Mamallan Reservoir. This is called as the Mamallan Reservoir. If you look at this, it is there like this is like the first freshwater reservoir. First freshwater reservoir. of Tamil Nadu. Of this Tamil Nadu region. Okay. And like if we talk about this reservoir, it has been named after this one ruler. Okay. There was this Pallav dynasty, and in Pallav dynasty, we have this one ruler called as Narasimhavarman I. Narasimhavarman I. Okay. Narasimhavarman I. So this person, this ruler of Pallav dynasty, he has got a title. He was having a title. Which was Mamallan. He was having a title which is basically Mamallan. Okay. And Mamallan here means a great warrior or wrestler. A great warrior, or sometimes it is also called as wrestler. Okay. So a great warrior or wrestler, that is Mamallan. So on the name of this Narasimhavarman I, in the name of this Narasimhavarman I, Tamil Nadu government has come up with this one reservoir called as Mamallan Reservoir. So while this is one part where it is located in Tamil Nadu, not that much significant from location point of view, but here again you will find that in the art and culture portion, you can expect question about two things. Narasimhavarman I also and Pallava dynasty also. The Pallav dynasty, read from history. But we will talk something about Narasimhavarman I. So let's talk about Narasimhavarman I also. Okay. When we talk about this, he is considered as greatest of the Pallavas, and he has even sent a naval expedition to Sri Lanka. He is known for sending a naval expedition to reinstate the Sinhalese princess Manovarman in Sri Lanka. During his reign itself, Huan Shang, he has visited the Pallav capital Kanchi, and he said that Buddhism and Jainism has flourished in the city besides Hinduism. So Narasimhavarman I was during this time of 630 to 668 century. Sorry, means AD. Yeah. So this is one part. When we talk about him, he was also famous for defeating the powerful Chalukyan king Pulkeshin II. In one of the year, I think just a few years back, there was a question on this also. That who was famous for defeating this Pulkeshin II. So he was famous for defeating Pulkeshin II. So Narasimhavarman was also famous for it. Now he is also called as the victor of Vatapi. After defeating the Chalukyas, he has also been called as the victor of Vatapi or Vatapi Konda. Okay. So Vatapi Konda is also his name. He is known as Mamallan. He has also founded the city of Mamallapuram. Now I am giving you this one question for you. What is the connection? Of China to Mamallapuram? What is the connection of China to Mamallapuram? If you just go through the geopolitics, you will find that once upon a time there was a Wuhan summit between India and China, and after the Wuhan summit there was visit of the Chinese president to the city of Mamallapuram. India hosted the Chinese premier in this city of Mamallapuram. So read a little bit about it, that what is the connection of China to the city of Mamallapuram. Okay. So this is interesting from that part also. Okay. When we talk about this city, Mamallapuram. So it is lying along the Coromandel coast. Okay. This Mamallapuram is lying across this part of Coromandel coast. In 1984, this was declared as World Heritage Site. Okay. It has also been declared as a World Heritage Site. It has got Panchratha, Cave Temple, Arjun Penance or Descent of the Ganges, and shore temples. Okay. So during the Pallav kingdom, during the Pallavas kingdom, this was one of the major port cities of Pallavas dynasty. So Mamallapuram is a very prominent port city also during the time of this Pallav dynasty. So read a little bit about this from the history perspective also, about the Pallavas also, Chalukyas also. You can expect question in history also from there. So this is a very famous part of Tamil Nadu, a very famous part of Tamil Nadu and very important from examination point of view. Now coming to the third part, India and UAE relations. Tell me one thing. Let me just tell you one thing. In 2022, there was signing of a comprehensive economic partnership agreement. There was signing of SEPA, Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. In 2022, there was signing of this Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between India and UAE. And there was a target. What was the target? To have $100 billion trade by 2030. There was a target which was set up in this SEPA, that by 2030 we are going to have a trade of at least $100 billion. We are going to have a trade of $100 billion. But can you tell me, what is the trade between India and UAE at present? What is the trade volume between India and UAE at present? Any idea about this? We are here in 2026. So any guess how much trade we are having with UAE? Any guess how much trade we are having with UAE? We made a goal in 2022 that we will have at least $100 billion trade by the end of 2030. But in the financial year 2024-25 itself, by the end of this 2025 itself, India's trade with that of UAE has already crossed $100 billion. In 2025 itself, the India and UAE trade has crossed $100 billion. So it has become the third biggest partner of India with respect to trade. It has become the third biggest partner of India with respect to trade. A huge rise in case of UAE. So if you look at this, it has become the third largest partner of India, third largest trade partner of India. And for UAE also, it's not that it is one-sided. For even United Arab Emirates, India is the second largest trading partner. India has emerged as the second largest trading partner of UAE also. And now we have got a new goal that by 2032, new goal is there A new goal is there that we will have a $200 billion trade. We are going to have a $200 billion trade by 2032. Okay. So now what we see that there is also one more very interesting part. It is the seventh major investor in India. This is the seventh major investor in India. So it is the seventh major investor in India. If you look at the present geopolitics, this is like the most interesting phase of geopolitics right now. How the things change over the period of time. Just look at this. Between 2022 to 2025, Russia, which was having a trade of less than $10 billion, has now a trade of near about $70 billion with India. And within just 2 to 3 years, India's trade with UAE has also increased directly 4 times. From $25 billion in 2021-22, it has directly increased to $100 billion within just 2 to 3 years. And especially in the last year, there has been a growth of more than 25% in India's trade. By 2023 itself, it was crossing $80 billion. Now it has gone up to $100 billion. It has gone up to $100 billion, and now we have a target that by 2032, it is going to cross $200 billion. But trade is not the major part here. There is a second major part here. Now for a shift, for a change, for the evolving geopolitics, there is a new part. What is that new part? The new part is the defense agreement. A new part is with respect to defense agreement. There is also a defense agreement between India and UAE. There is also a defense agreement between India and UAE. So the major part is again here that we are now having a defense agreement also with India and UAE. Now look at the world. The world is so much complex right now. Okay. Just imagine this. In 2000, approximately around 2000, we had no relation with West Asia. Like we were having relations, but not a good relation. Our relations with West Asia was not quite good one. We were not having a very good relations with this West Asia. And within 25 years, the things have changed. Now West Asia, and look at this interesting part, like the politics. Look at this politics and geopolitics, how it is there. In India, generally we know this one part, that there is a government in the union or government at center, which is considered as a pro-Hindu government by many experts. Many experts believe that it is a pro-Hindu government or have the right-wing affiliations. Many experts say that it has got right-wing affiliations. So on one hand, there is a government which is one which is belonging to one specific religion. On the other hand, we have UAE, a proper Islamic country. Now think about this. Two countries with different religious ideologies, governments having different religious ideologies, have become a very good partners. That is geopolitics. Okay. Two countries with different interest, different type of governments with different affiliations have become a very close partner. So this is how geopolitics works. In geopolitics, it is generally said that no one is a permanent friend, no one is a permanent enemy. You can see that example that how West Asia has become so much closer to India, especially UAE. So this is one part which we see here. Defense agreement between India and UAE is also there. At the same time, we will also see that agreement on cooperation, with respect to nuclear technology, there is a deal between India and that of UAE that we are going to cooperate on building of small modular reactors, Bharat small modular reactors, and many other nuclear fields. There is also a deal of supply of LNG, deal of supply of liquefied natural gas. This is going to start from 2028. So we also have a deal with respect to the supply of this liquefied natural gas. So these all things have been there with respect to India and UAE. Now, when you look at this India and UAE, you will find one thing also. We are having a defense exercise also between India and UAE. Desert Eagle, Jayat Talwar, so this is already existing. India has got a diaspora of around 3.5 million in UAE. So remittances, cultural exchange, educational cooperation, labor welfare agreements, they are already in place. There is also this one thing, we have a currency swap agreement also, use of local currencies, and UPI and AANI linkage also. There is a collaboration between the central banks of UAE and India. There is also a very famous mandir, BAPS temple. BAPS temple is also there, a very prominent temple which was recently inaugurated in UAE. So these all things are elements of cooperation between India and UAE. Yes, Neelu, you can ask your question. So this is the first part, what is there between India and UAE. Okay. I hope it's clear. So now we have some new deals also, new agreements also. National interest first priority. No. This is not about army support. Right now, when we are having defense agreement, it is more about development of weapons, development of technology, sharing of intelligence, sharing of information. India has not made a deal with any country in the world right now where India is going to directly give the support of its army or to directly take the support of army of any country. India has not made a deal with any such country as of now, not even with Russia. We don't even have a deal with Russia that we will give you weapons, we will give you army or you will give us army. We are not making that arrangement with any country. Okay. We are not making that arrangement with any country in the world. Of course, we have given a guarantee to our neighbors, some of the neighbors, that okay, if you need, we will help you. Now, there is a hypothetical particle. There is a hypothetical particle called as graviton. There is a hypothetical particle called as graviton. So do you know about this? What is graviton? UN is different. See, in UN we are not giving for fighting against any country. In UN we are providing forces for peacekeeping. Peacekeeping forces are different thing. Peacekeeping forces are different thing. They are not for fighting against anyone. They are more for defending someone. So that is different. Peacekeeping force is not against any nation or against any country or for occupation of any country. Now here we have this one thing, graviton. So you may be aware about this one thing. There is a light. Light is considered as electromagnetic wave. Light is considered as an electromagnetic wave. But we know that there is multiple theories and of course many scientists who believe that light is not a wave. Light is not a wave. It is considered as a particle. It is considered as particle. And here we believe that there is something called as photon. There is something called as photon which makes up the light. Okay. Light is normally considered as a wave. You all know that light is normally considered as a wave. But then Einstein and many other people believe that light is not just a wave, it is a particle. It is a particle. And that's why it has got one thing called as photons. The photons are the particles of the light. Photons are the particles of the light. In similar manner, there is a proposal that there is one thing called as gravitational wave. Gravitational wave. So there, with respect to this gravitational wave, there is a concept like light is a wave and it has a particle. In the same manner, gravitation is a wave, so this might also have a particle. So this is a hypothetical particle. This graviton is the hypothetical particle. Hypothetical particle. And there is a hypothetical, means there is only a hypothesis. There is only a hypothesis. So here what we see that it is generally said that this hypothetical particle may be the force or maybe the factor, it may be the factor behind the gravitational wave. It may be the factor behind the gravitational wave. That it may be the factor behind this gravitational wave. Okay, Sujit, I got your message. Okay. So here we see that there is one thing called as gravitational wave. So like light is a wave and then we consider it as a particle also. We consider it as a particle also. So for this very thing, we generally know that photons are considered as those particles which are responsible for the light. In the same manner, graviton is being considered as a hypothetical particle which might be responsible for the existence of gravitational waves. So that is our gravitational wave and a hypothetical particle called as graviton. It is called as graviton. So I hope this is clear. Now we are building several detectors. There is plans to build on some detectors also in order to observe this graviton. So that's why this topic was there in the news. So from exam purpose, you have to just know that what is the meaning of this term graviton. Okay. Now coming to this one topic, sorry, it is written Samudryan project, but it is not Samudryan. There is this one thing called as light water reactor and heavy water reactor. There is one thing called as light water reactor and heavy water reactor. So in this part of prelims special article, we are going to see the comparison of these two. First of all, when we talk about the light water reactor and heavy water reactor, these are both nuclear reactors based on fission reaction. So when we talk about this, in any nuclear reactor, here we see that it is using the ordinary water as moderator and coolant. There is one thing called as moderator. Moderator is used to reduce the speed of neutrons. Moderator is used to reduce the speed of neutrons and thus it helps in controlling the rate. It helps in controlling the rate of radioactivity or nuclear fission. This moderator helps in reducing the rate of nuclear fusion. So in the case of light water reactor, we are using light water as moderator and coolant. Whereas in heavy water reactor, we are using heavy water as moderator and usually as coolant also. So here the moderator, which reduces the speed of neutron, reduces the speed of neutron. So here we see that in the light water, we have the use of light water, and as a coolant, like in the case of heavy water, we use the heavy water as a moderator. There is another thing, coolant. This is something which transfer the heat. It is transferring the heat for steam formation, for running turbines. It is for running turbines. So in case of light water reactor, we are using light water. In case of heavy water, we can use heavy water also or light water also. Okay. Now here, when we talk about neutron absorption, in case of light water reactor, higher neutron absorption is there. Whereas in case of light, heavy neutron absorption. In case of heavy water reactor, low neutron absorption. Okay. Now in the case of fuel type, here we are using enriched uranium. This is one major part. On this part, you can get a question, what type of fuel is used? So there is enriched uranium. Enriched uranium means that the uranium which has been enriched, means more and more fissile material has been concentrated in that ore. So it is using enriched uranium, 3 to 5% of uranium 235. And like here in the case of this case, there is natural uranium where there is only 0.7% of this uranium 235. So light water reactor is using enriched uranium, heavy water is using natural uranium. Now generally we will find that in India we have the heavy water reactor. In India we have generally the heavy water reactor. In case of Japan, in case of US, we have generally light water reactor. So there is a proposal that in India also in upcoming times we might be going for more and more light water reactor. In Indian Express today also there was an article that light water reactor may actually help India to have more easy nuclear power. So that is the concept why we are discussing this light water reactor and heavy water reactor. So I hope that's clear to all of you. I hope that's clear to all of you. Any doubt, any question? हाँ, फुकुशिमा में लाइट वाटर रिएक्टर ही खराब हुआ था. Okay. So that will be all for today. Thank you everyone. Let's meet then in next session, that is tomorrow, and then we will discuss the remaining portions. Uranium is not available, that is the challenge. Okay. So then in the next session we will discuss from here. Anjali, please tell. Sujit, I got your message. Just do one thing, write it once in the comment box also. So from there I can directly copy and send your message to the team. Later just copy paste it in the comment box also. Okay, so